Why has Latent View Analytics IPO attracted record subscription? Latent View Analytics IPO, the issue which was priced in the range of rupees 190 to 197 per share, was oversubscribed 338 times when the offer closed on Friday. The rupees 600 crore initial public offering of Latent View Analytics Limited received record bids worth rupees 1,13,000 crore, the best ever in the history of the Indian primary market. How investors lapped up the Latent View Analytics IPO. The issue, which was priced in the range of rupees 190 to 197 per share, was oversubscribed 338 times when the offer closed on Friday. The IPO received bids worth rupees 1.13 lakh crore, signaling investors' interest in offerings that have the potential to offer good returns after listing on the stock exchanges. This follows the IPO of Paras Defense and Space Technologies, which was subscribed nearly 304 times just a few weeks ago. The IPO received bids for a staggering 572 crore shares against the issue size of 1.75 crore shares, exchange data showed. The institutional investor category received bids for 136 crore shares, and the book was subscribed 151 times. The non-institutional category, comprising high net worth individuals, was subscribed 882 times. Demand from retail investors stood at 124 times. Latent View Analytics IPO, which why are investors interested? Investors expect the company to get listed at a good premium to the IPO prices next week. It's quoting around 3 rupees 300 in the unofficial grey market. The recent bumper listing of Nykaa shows the investor frenzy in IPOs, which can offer good money to investors on listing, said veteran stock dealer Pawan Dhardika. Investors showed less enthusiasm for India's largest IPO, 197 Communications, which oversubscribed 1.89 times last week, when compared to the IPOs of some other tech firms and unicorns. Zomato's issue was oversubscribed by more than 38 times, and Nykaa's issue was oversubscribed by nearly 82 times. What's its business? Latent View Analytics is among the leading pure play data analytics services companies in India. Based on their expertise of the entire value chain of data analytics, from data and analytics consulting to business analytics and insights, advanced predictive analytics, data engineering, and digital solution. Across industries, data and analytics are being leveraged by enterprises to guide business strategy and optimize spending decisions amid growing financial uncertainties. The company serves clients across countries in the US, Europe, and Asia through their subsidiaries in various countries. The Chennai-based company made a revenue of rupees 305.88 crore and a profit of rupees 91.46 crore for fiscal 2021. Who are the promoters of Latent View Analytics Limited? Venkataraman Viswanathan, Chairperson, and Pramod Jandhyal, Executive Director, are the founders of the company, which was set in 2006. Viswanathan, an alumnus of IIM Kolkata, has several years of experience across IT services, credit analysis, and business consulting. Thank you.